Okay, Austin is still in Abuja. He was talking about the fact that some of the athletes get grants and all that. Should they use their grants to actually come to Rio? Is that what you're saying, Austin? I don't get that.
Clarify, Austin.
No, Cecilia Tayo. Cecilia, you remember when, before the Olympics, when some athletes were kept on special grants to prepare for the games, some selected athletes from Nigeria, and Regina George was part of it also. So I'm saying with the NOC that Regina George gets at least some level of support. So
Austin, where is the grant coming from? The grant is not. Is the grant is not coming from the?
Particularly when you know you need to stay focused.
Okay, is the grant coming from the NOC or is coming from the international body? Maybe we can clarify that.
Of course, yes, Cecilia, it's coming from the international body.
So that shouldn't be what you used to go to Rio, Austin.
What the NOC is saying, and what I'm trying to understand is, you are getting some level of support. Cecilia, okay, let's say it gets so bad and they cannot give them tickets to Rio. Are you saying Sheye Ogunlewe, Regina George will sit back home because they cannot give them tickets to the Olympics?
Yeah, that's why they're taking to social media.
The Olympics.
The timing, it was like very short. I mean, 2 weeks here, come up with this money. It's not 200 now we're talking about here to fly to Rio. So I think maybe we'll end it there.
Okay. Sorry.
I need to ask you 1 or 2 questions.
No, I was just going to we'll talk about the like I said, they will investigate where that letter came from. But it's not good at all for the image of sports. Especially with the power of social media now. I mean, everyone's seeing those messages. Nigerian athletes, crowdsourcing to go to Rio, not good at all. I was going to talk to Austin about the Flying Eagles. Okay. Yeah, because Austin actually thought that game was a foregone conclusion. Thought it was a Guinea, Nigeria versus Sudan, but it didn't turn out that way.
I think Austin is right there in Abuja. I mean, he was even thinking that, look, Nigeria is already in Zambia even before the game was played. But somehow, it just wasn't their day at all. I watched the game live. I saw the way the boys actually struggled to actually play, and people were talking about the factor of, okay, they were not well motivated and all that, but I think
Austin is back.
Austin is back. Austin, I mean, the Flying Eagles game.
What happened?
I can't believe you guys can't wait for me to come to the studio to talk about the Flying Eagles. But Cecilia, I spoke to you before you left for the stadium to watch that game. You could see my Nigerian spirit. I was so optimistic that, come on, it's Coach Emmanuel Amunike and the Flying Eagles is going to be very easy. Whew, I don't know. Should I blame the pitch? No. Should I blame the coach? No. Am I blaming the NFF this time again? I say no. I want to blame the players. I didn't see that sort of fight. Come on, you need to have a goal. You need to tell yourself that if I go away to win, why can't I win at home? So I just want to look at the goalkeeper. I don't know what really happened. It's really sad. Nobody is talking about this now because of the FIFA visit, but it's really painful. It's not a good one for our football. The Flying Eagles used to be very formidable. They're a good side. They have a good coach. One cannot really explain what happened on that day.
Yeah, we really can't explain. Well, Austin, thank you so much. Okay, wait for you to arrive here before I ask you other questions because you're not comfortable with this at all. Well, thank you. And hopefully we get to hear more news coming from Abuja later in the day, what FIFA president would do, the meeting with President Buhari, and of course, all the discussions. They will be talking about development of Nigerian football and so many other things right there in Abuja. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's come back home now. We saw some of the missed chances, from the Flying Eagles. Maybe they have just converted their chances.
Perhaps.
Maybe it would have been better.
Yeah, perhaps. But I mean, after going, to do the hard part, which is, travel to Khartoum, to win away from home 2-1, you expect them normally to just come home and consolidate, and all they needed was a draw. Very easy, right? But sometimes in football, the easiest part can be the hardest thing to actually do. And on the day, the Sudanese, came out. They knew they knew they were going to get their chances, and that's exactly what they did. And they scored 4 goals. I mean, for them to score 4 goals in Lagos, I mean, that's enough for them to actually go through to Zambia 2017. Very unfortunate for Nigeria, for the Flying Eagles. I mean, the bulk of this team from the under-17, we've been monitoring, their progression. Under 20 now would have been very good for them to actually go to another major championship at another level, to test, their skill sets, their abilities. But it's not going to happen now. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen to these guys. And it's very well documented, the things that happened, before this particular game. A lot of distractions, non-payments of bonuses, allegedly, so perhaps that had an effect on the players as well too.
Maybe that. Well, let's listen to, of course, the coach, Emmanuel Munike, Kelechi Wankele, one of the players, and of course, the head coach of the Sudanese national team. He's actually the head coach of the senior national team. But because of how important this game was to the Sudanese, he had to be the one to come down here to Nigeria. Let's listen to them. We'll come back and talk more of the Flying Eagles, how they were able to concede some of the goals they conceded. 7-goal thriller game it was.
I'm not happy, I'm sad. Everybody is sad, the players are sad. We expected that we should have consolidated our qualification to Zambia, but the truth of the matter is that we will not be in Zambia, but we just have to move on. We are a team that wants to play and win, and we try to play, but unfortunately for us, we made a lot of defensive mistakes. We conceded some goals that normally, this is the first time this team is conceding a goal. It's a team that is based mostly from the defensive aspect. We're a very solid team, but unfortunately it happened, and it can only happen maybe once in a lifetime. It happened to us, but of course, like I said earlier, we have to continue to look forward to the future. We continue to see how we can continue to grow as a coach, also as the players.
I must be realistic to you. Our dream of winning the under-20 is cut short today, and well, it's a kind of a lesson to us, for us to move on, know that we are beaten. Because since 4 months we have been playing, we have not lost any game. But today, it happened in a bad way. That we're not qualifying to go to Zambia, not even dreaming of playing in Korea, the under-20. So it's a sad thing. We played in the rain. The Sudanese, they played in the rain. So the rain has nothing to do in the match because we have been training under rain. This is a game of football. We played 90 minutes. We lost our chances, they converted theirs, so that was why they won the game. If we convert our chances the way it should be, that means we would have won the day.
And if you see the first match in Khartoum, it was also a very tough game. They didn't win by ease in Khartoum. So we also come and fight here. We know that the Nigeria team, we know that we are playing with the biggest team in this age in Africa. This is well known for us. So we fight for our chances. Yes, we deserve it. Who can scoring 4 goals here with 10 players? We are playing with 10 players, almost 30 minutes. We deserve it, absolutely. Next, we have to prepare. We have to show ourselves that we deserve it. Because now we reject Nigeria out, but we have to do the same like Nigeria will do. So this is what we are going to do. We can't understand. We have a good team. We have very talented players. So we will work hard to make sure that not here. We want also to qualify for World Cup.
That's the target for them right now.
I mean, it's still smoking hot. I mean, even though they've won the game and they're through to Zambia 2017. But like we said before the break, we didn't take our chances, and we considered some really sloppy goals. I mean, we're going to get the opportunity to see those goals again. There was a time the goalkeeper just wandered off his line all the way. I mean, when you were watching that, I imagine what you were thinking.
He wasn't going to. I mean, he actually followed up the defender
all the way.
Found him,
yes.
And at the end of the day, he couldn't stay, and of course, get the ball with his butterfingers out. Okay, this was when Nigeria actually scored, yes. And we're like, okay, it's 3-3. It's fine now. All we need to do.
Incredible stuff. This is what we were talking about here.
Ran out. What was he thinking? I mean, you're not a defender, you're a goalkeeper. Look at the defenders there actually protecting the goalpost, and he was actually there and he fouled the player, and he went back. He wasn't composed enough to keep this out.
That's exactly what has happened right here. Because the goal came straight away from that, from the free kick he gave away. Very unfortunate. It's a massive opportunity lost for the Flying Eagles now. I mean, look at the celebrations, even in the water. They don't mind. I mean, they could sense, they smelled blood, and they actually, did what they were supposed to do, and that's beat Nigeria very well on their own patch. Yeah. So congratulations to Sudan. We can't be bad sore losers here.
We're right. Congratulations. At least we went to Khartoum to beat them 2-1. But they came here 4-3.
When a draw would have been good enough for Nigeria to qualify. Yeah. So they were the better side sometimes, and you just have to give your opponents the credits that they deserve. Yeah.
No, they were really good, especially when they were now, for the last part of the 30 minutes of the game, one of their key player, number 9, was actually sent out. We felt, okay, Nigeria can take advantage of this. And they actually got that goal. But somehow, just somehow, well, if it's not your day, it's not your day. It was just a bad day for the boys. And I love what Shea Akinwumi said, talking about the NFF first vice president. He hosted them, and remember what he was able to do to motivate the players, when they were talking about allowances and everything and all that. Even had to 5 million from his own pocket to actually give to the boys. Say, come, don't worry, just go play the game and see what comes out of it. He said something that, look, these boys will be kept together. This is the future of Nigerian football, so they're definitely not going to be discarded. Let's listen to him.
I watched this game. I thought that we had every right to win this match and win it comfortably. It's unfortunate that we find ourselves where we are. I was with the boys just before they came to the stadium, and we were pretty confident that we will not draw to qualify, but beat the Sudanese team to qualify. But this is one of those things in football. It's easy to blame anything. Rain, thunder, hailstone. That team should have won that match. But football, sometimes you can't explain it. That's what makes it a wonderful game. I just told them now that, they have every right to be upset with themselves, to depressed, but they must stand up and rise again. Nigeria still relies on these boys. We will not cast them aside. We will not cast them aside because it is work in progress. The future of Nigeria is bright. It's one of those days, what we call a bad day in the office. We all know, everybody here knows that those boys are better than they play today. So we just need to encourage them. I implore everybody not to castigate, not to, because they read papers, they hear news. Don't bash them because that's the future of Nigeria football.
Wow, I love that.
I think it's spoken well. Yeah, I mean, we've got some really decent players in this under 20 side. Kelechi Nwakali, we heard him speak the other time, is being tracked by Arsenal. There's Victor Osimhen as well, to the record goal scorer at under 17 World Cup level. Some really good players that need encouragement, like I said. So it's over to the NFF to encourage this guys, in the right way. I mean, pay them when you're supposed to pay them. Let them go into a football game totally focused on the task and not, bothering about unpaid allowances and stuff like that. So the NFF, they've got their work cut out as well to ensure that these guys realize, their full potential. So, yeah, shame. Big shame.
It's a shame. I mean, another thing is to actually set their priorities right. Players' welfare sometimes cannot be overemphasized. It's something that you can't even
sometimes
debate.
It's all the time.
All the time. Exactly. It's something that you can't even think about. It's something that's not supposed to make headlines.
Exactly.
Whatever happens. There's some countries whereby even their bonuses and allowances, they even give it out because it's regular. They see it all the time. But I'm like, okay. Flying Eagles, we wish you guys the best. You guys did your best, but sometimes your best wasn't just good enough to get you to Africa, Zambia 2017. I mean, Nigeria will not be there because of the bigger one.
Exactly.
So it's so unfortunate. Victor Osimhen, highest goal scorer under 17, will be the under 20 World Cup.
Yeah. Shame. Defending champions are out.
That's the way it is.
Too bad, but they shouldn't lick their wounds for too long. They should carry on with their careers, and hopefully we'll get to see them in the not so distant future. A lot of them are still under 20, as we know, as we're told. So yeah, we'll wait.
We'll just wait, because the thing is, they will not be discarded. These players will also be kept together. The coaching crew, everyone. That's coming from Shea Akinwumi. But NFF sometimes have, it's a body, so they have to also make their own decisions. But concerning the players, all of them would definitely still be with the team because it happens to be the future of Nigerian football. We'll take a short break now. We'll come back to talk about Nigerian Professional Football League. Wicked Tourists, of course, they are back on top. Rangers, are they really willing to win the league this season? Not a good one for them at the weekend. Stay with us.